So hello everyone, welcome here to round number 6 of the 2017 NASA RallyCross Challenge season. We're in Quebec, Canada once again at the St. Eustache circuit for the Canadian RallyCross Grand Prix. As it's Josh Mertz bringing you the call as always for the Automotive Sports Network. Our format for today's race, we do have 8 cars here today. A couple of them, Philip Kraus, Tristan Hagenstein, Dylan Smith will be unable to compete. That'll give us 8 cars, so still 2 quarters, 2 semis, LCQ, and a final. We are back to the regular format, 6 laps, 4 laps, 3 laps, and 8 laps. Jokers once except for the final. Quarter 1, getting ready to go.
Yeah, you're all good.
6 laps, Joker once.
Getting ready to go for the first quarterfinal here in St. Eustache. Zach Johnson, Cody Erdman, Chris Wetz, and Josh Mertz. Our grid for this race, getting ready to go. Green flag in Canada, off the line. Mertz gets a huge jump over Erdman and Wetz. They were side by side for a moment. Johnson in 4th, into turn 1. Now we skip the chicane, as we never used to. Skip the chicane into turn 1, much quicker than before. Turn 2, Mertz leads, Erdman 2nd. Wetz is in 3rd, Johnson 4th, through the water for the first time. The teammates have had a hell of a battle here before in the previous seasons, and let's see what will happen here once again in Canada. Let's see who will joker on the first lap of the race. It's going to be Mertz getting it out of the way in car number 2. Following him was Wetz. It's going to be Erdman leading.
End of one leads.
On the first lap of the race. And this is going to be interesting to see if Mertz can claw the gap back. 45.4 to Erdman of 42.9. So it's a couple second difference, and you see how
Warning
quickly...
2 for track limits.
10-4, hit the brakes.
Thank you.
How quickly
they pushed really bad.
they go through turn 1.
Alright, never mind.
As these teammates are starting to get fierce with this championship battle. Mertz has had 2 disappointing races. It's given Erdman the points lead by 3 points. And we'll have to see. Into the joker he goes in car number 1. Where is his teammate? There he is. And Erdman will jump out wide, nearly hits his teammate.
End
and
of
now,
2 leads.
4 to go. Erdman on the outside of his teammate. They're going to go side by side nearly into the turn. But Mertz beats him to turn 1. 41.502 by Mertz. He's still slower.
Thank you, Cody.
Then it's Wetz at
41.3. The entire time.
So Wetz is the fastest man on the circuit. We're coming across flags now in St. Eustache. Over the jump once again in car number 2, followed by car number 1, pointing towards the sky there at the very end of the shot. Into the final corner. These cars are demolished already because of the
End of
frantic
3, cross
racing.
flags, 2 leads.
Mertz still leads at the halfway mark of the quarterfinal, and we know that this is one of his best tracks. He's won here 90% of the time, I do believe. And Erdman has won a couple times here as well. Wetz and Johnson still bringing up the rear. We're coming to 2 to go here in Canada for the quarterfinal. And this is going to be interesting to see if Erdman can claw the gap back. Mertz was fastest at a 40.738. Erdman was a second slower than his teammate. 2 to go.
End of 4, 2 leads.
Here in Canada. And you'll notice, like I said, they got to get all the way to the left-hand side to turn into the right. And flying 40.403 was his fastest lap that last lap. He runs it wide in turn 2. That's going to give Erdman the advantage. Erdman cuts the track a little bit in car number 1. We're coming to the white flag here in St. Eustache, and I don't think Erdman has anything for car number 2. As Mertz has been rejuvenated, he has an issue over the jump there in car number 2. Has to cut the penalty box. That's going to give Erdman the advantage he needs. Will they make contact? Yes, they do. He shoves him out wide. In car number 2.
White flag, 1 leads.
Arms, elbows out from Cody Erdman, trying to take the championship fight to his teammate. But will his teammate be able to retaliate in the last lap? We'll have to see. He locks it up into turn 2. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything today. After taking the fight and led the race, but he had that mistake exiting the jump. It was weird because he nosed it and then it just careened him to the right. And Erdman bowled him out of the way in car number 1. He's going to dive it in. He
10
won't
for him. That's pretty nice.
make anything happen.
Checkers or wreckers. Cody transfers.
You
What's his
open the
second?
door.
What's his third?
Yeah, I didn't know teammates raced like that, but okay.
Regridding for the second quarterfinal here in Canada. Casey Lester deemed to cause that red flag, so he's going to be
24
gridding
24
behind
backup.
Berg, Valley,
6
and
laps,
Livingood.
Joker once. That is attempt number 1.
Revving him up, getting ready to go. For one more time, green flag. Livingood once again gets the jump. Berg side by side with Valley. No, it's a repeat of last race, but can Berg get the run? No, he can't. Livingood, Berg, Valley, and Lester leading us into turn 1. Let's see if we're going to be much cleaner this time into turn 2. No contact this time. Position change. Valley moves to second in his private Subaru. And Brendan Berg, newcomer to the series in his Mitsubishi. Looks like he struggled through the water. Over the jump for the first time. Let's see who will joker on the first lap of the race. Livingood does not. Valley will in the 24. Lester will. Berg will. So this is going to leave Livingood by himself to lead at the end of the first lap.
End of 1, 21 leads.
And the man who had a disappointing race last
Casey
week
at the wall.
in Long Island
Yeah.
Race chat.
will hold the lead in the quarterfinal. Remember, he led the entire race except for the last lap and a quarter and gave the win to his teammate. We'll have to see what happens here and if that will prevent him from potentially winning a race this season. He will joker on the second lap of the race. Let's see where Valley is. There is Valley in the 24. From the helicopter, we will see if Valley nowhere close to Dylan Livingood, and Livingood holds the lead, exiting the joker in the end of lap 2. Berg and Lester have not changed positions, so the running order has not changed. As remember, these guys will go to
End
the
of 2,
semifinal
21.
if they do not transfer. Valley's getting close. It was a 44-6-1-9
Keep an eye on the back, too. I'll get the leaders.
For Livingood last lap when he ran his joker. But his fastest lap is still not as quick as his regular course lap. So we'll have to see, can Valley take the fight? We're coming across flags in Canada. Valley's getting close.
End of 3 crossed flags, 21 leads.
41.536 for Livingood. It was a 41.131 for Valley, almost half a second faster for the Indianapolis native over the Canadian. He gets close, and contact between
Penalty
them.
box, 24.
No. Oh, no.
Oh my god!
Contact between Lester and Berg as well.
Keep rolling if you can.
Leaves the newcomer demolished. Valley will penalty. Box in car number 24. Stop and go. Livingood goes by. So a very
What did the
contact
24 do?
filled race.
Massive cut?
Dumped the 21.
Oh, shit.
End of 4, 21 leads.
2 to go for Livingood now, as he lost the lead and regained it. Valley, his fastest lap's a 40.658. He's still a second faster than Livingood according to fastest laps. As Brendan Berg struggling to keep that car alive in car number 91, and Casey Lester as well. So damaged race cars throughout. They've only got a couple minutes for the semifinal, so we shall see these skills come out in the crews to fix these cars. We're coming to the white flag in the quarterfinal. And luckily this track really isn't about downforce, except for turn 1. So
End of 5, 21 leads,
the
white
damaged
flag.
wing won't affect him too much, but it is going to be tricky when he loads up into this corner. Livingood still leads on the white flag lap, and let's see if he can win the
Warning to the
quarterfinal.
24 for track limits.
Valley getting close, 40.878. He is on a charge, trying to take the fight to Dylan Livingood, but we're going to have one corner left here in Canada.
This ought to be entertaining.
It's
He's
a car length and a
fastest
half.
man on the track.
Mm-hmm.
Inside goes Valley on Livingood into the final corner. Let's see what'll happen. He nearly makes contact with him again. He saves it. And that's going to give Livingood the quarterfinal win.
Checkered flag, 21 wins and transfers, 24 is second.
Berg third. Lester fourth. This is shaping up to be a great race here in Canada. 4 laps. Here in Canada, it's Mertz, Valley, and Johnson getting ready to go for the first semifinal. Green flag, and it's off the line. It's going to be Valley v. Mertz, just like last week in Long Island. Johnson will be in third. Valley cuts in front of Johnson to be behind Mertz into turn 1, and this gives the 4-time champion...
That's what gave you that opening, was because I hopped in.
And
Penalty box
contact.
24.
And this is going to be interesting. Johnson in second. Valley has to penalty box again in the 24. For the second time this race, he will stop in the penalty box. Johnson will joker.
You can redo that next lap.
Cody Erdman on race control, not happy with Valley's penalty box.
End of
Into
1-2.
Mertz will lead.
24, you can redo your penalty box next lap. Come to a complete stop.
Johnson looks like he looped it off the final corner nearly. And this is not looking good for Victor Valley. As remember what I mentioned last season, or last week about last season.
He dumped me, didn't he?
My God. Not by much, but yeah,
Johnson off the track.
he wrapped on throttle a little bit.
Valley penalty box again in the 24.
Thank you.
Stop and go. Mertz jokers in the 2. We're coming across flags, and Mertz leads still in the semifinal.
End of 2 leads.
And this race, this weekend, is filled with calamity here in Canada. As these faster cars, once again, they're going faster than they ever have.
That last time through the left hand of the chicane. Oh shit, sorry.
And
The last time through the left hand chicane of the
I got it.
chicane.
I got it. Sorry. I knew I did. I knew it was a close call. Sorry.
It was.
I don't mean to snip either. I don't mean to snip. Just please shut up.
10-4.
Sorry.
over the radio, Mertz trying to focus, and his teammate trying to talk to him.
White flag, 2 leads.
White
I love
flag
you,
for
but
Mertz
that
in
was
the
like
2.
mid corner.
I know, my bad.
And remember, like I mentioned, so they are not taking that chicane like they used to. Last season, we were much slower here in St. Eustache, but now they cut that chicane, take turn 1 basically flat out as a
I
right-hander.
don't know what has gotten so difficult about these physics, but the last 3 weeks I can't do it.
They're very easy to make mistakes, like big mistakes.
And
And you gotta minimize them as much as
Mertz
possible.
bringing up why he struggled in the last couple weeks. But he's not struggling right now. He will come off the final corner and win the semifinal here in Canada.
Checkered flag, 2 wins. Second's 24. And third is a 527.
After 2 attempts at a race restart, it's going to be Berg and
Attempt
West on
number
the
2.
front row. Then it's Lester by himself getting ready for the second semifinal. Green flag. Side by side will be Wetz and Berg, as he was able to get a good jump this time to battle Wetz into turn 1, but he will take the lead as Lester into the tire barrier. So now, give Brendan Berg the lead, the newcomer from New Jersey, I do believe. Delaware, as he holds the lead in car number 91, followed by Chris Wetz in the 23. So it's going to be interesting to see if Berg can be able to hold off Chris Wetz. Wetz will joker in the 23. This will allow, as Wetz very wide in the joker, this gives Berg the lead
End of 1,
on the end of
91
the first
leads.
lap. But he is not jokered yet. 45.554 to Wetz's 49, so it's a 4-second delta in the joker. And let's see if the Hoosier shod Mitsubishi can catch the fellow Mitsubishi, the privateer car, the Hercules shod Mitsubishi for Brendan Berg. As Lester, the car died in the tire barrier. He has climbed out and will walk back to the paddock to get into the spare car for the LCQ. Looks like Berg had a little bit of a track limits there in the joker, but we're going to see if Wetz
Pay
can
attention
pip him.
to whoever's leading. I gotta check the cut.
Wetz will lead at the end of lap 2. Cross flags for the semifinal.
End of 2, 23. It's a warning to the 91 for track limits in the Joker.
And Berg pushing hard in the 91. Wetz holds the lead, 41.443. He ran it wide, and that's going to give Berg the advantage that he needs potentially. It's a car length and a half. Make it 2 from Wetz to Berg. Mitsubishi v. Mitsubishi. This is a mono-a-mono race, unless you count factory versus privateer. Berg squarely over the jump, and he ran it wide a little bit on the left side of the track. We are coming to the white flag in the semifinal.
End of 3:23, white flag.
Let's see if Wetz can hold it and make the final here in Canada. Turn 1, 108 miles an hour, and that wasn't even committed. He coasted through that corner so he wouldn't end up in the fence. Into turn 2, double apex into turn 3, through the water. We're going to shoot down to turn 4. Realistically, turn 5. Turn 4 is technically this little flick in between the penalty box. Turn 4. And then turn 5, final corner. Wetz is going to transfer, and the LCQ will
Checkered
be
flag
Berg
winning
and
the
Lester.
second semifinal is the 23, followed by the 91, and the 13 will be in third. 3 laps, Joker wins.
LCQ time in Canada. It's going to be
The
Lester,
LCQ is like
Johnson,
semi-featured for local
Berg,
tracks are always the most
and
entertaining.
Valley. Constructor v. Privateers getting ready to go. 3 laps here in Canada. Top 2 will transfer. Revving them up, green flag, off the line, Berg will get the jump, then it's Valley, Johnson, and Lester.
Only in
But
turn
the
1.
constructor car will be in second, no, third, as Valley sneaks into the second spot. It's going to be Johnson who's leading Privateers
Oh my god.
into turn number 3. Berg leads us into turn 4, through the water for the first time. He will lead the Indianapolis native, New York, and New
Keep
Jersey
an eye on the
native.
top 2.
As the man from Delaware, Indiana, New York, and New Jersey. East Coast is representing, if you count Valley, used to live in New York.
Check
Jokering on the
Casey for
first
track
lap of the
limits.
race was the
End of
13 and the
1,
91.
24 leads.
Valley will lead on the first lap of the
Check
race.
the
2 to
13
go.
for track limits in the Joker.
He's going to battle Johnson Will with Brendan Berg.
He barely just nicked the grass, but
13 watch cutting in the Joker.
Okay.
Berg ran it wide. Johnson ran it
So
wide.
he's in the back, I wouldn't really worry about it.
This is going to give Valley an easy run, potentially, to this win if he's going to let those two are going to battle. Will he joker on the second lap? Yes, he will. Who will joker with him? Johnson will. Remember, Berg already did, so let's see how this will unravel the strategy for the 91. Rounding the final corner, where
End
is
of
Valley?
2:24 leads, white flag.
Valley's gone with this LCQ lead. 44.557
My life is a meme.
to Berg, a 43.639. Lester, a 43.130. Fastest man on
Warning
the
to the
circuit.
91.
But once again, Lester's going to be suffering, and he won't be able to make this final. He has had issues all season long preventing him from making a final. Valley leads us down the back straightaway. It looks as though that it may be him and Berg, but there's one corner left. And this looks like it will give Johnson third place in Privateers, but off the final corner.
Transferring will be the 24. Also
Valley wins
transferring
the
is the
LCQ.
91. 7th place is Lester. 8th place is Johnson. 3rd place in Privateers for the 527 as well. The 24 and 91 will battle for private honors in the final in just a second.
Final time in Canada.
Good?
A tiny bit more.
They're now illegal.
Getting ready to go for
8
restart
laps,
number
Joker
1.
twice. Good
Livingood, Wetz, Erdman, Mertz, Valley, and Berg. Green flag in Canada. Livingood gets the jump off the line compared to everybody else. Teammates got really close off the line there. Let's see if Mertz will take the fight to Livingood into turn 1. No, he doesn't! But he takes the fight to his teammate and he holds second. Into turn number 2. It's going to be Livingood, Mertz, Erdman, Wetz, Berg, and Valley. Will Mertz be able to take the fight? Erdman, nearly hit his teammate there.
I'm doing the
through
opposite
water.
of the 21.
Strategy already unraveling. Let's see what Livingood will do. He is leading the brigade into the Joker for the first time over the jump. Mertz is second. He will opposite. No, he follows the 21. Trying to throw his teammate off the strategy. Erdman leads Wetz, Berg, and I believe Valley into the Joker off the final corner. Valley does not Joker. Livingood leads at the end of the first lap.
21.
And it's Mertz v. Livingood. And where have I said that before? I said it earlier this season. Into turn 1. Livingood holds the lead, followed by his friend and rival. And boy, this battle entertains me every single show that happens. Livingood and Mertz did not Joker, which is interesting, but also a good idea, because if they jokered, he goes to the inside. They would have been caught in traffic if everyone else had not jokered. Position change. 2 passes the 21. Will he immediately joker? Yes, as Livingood will take the spot back. Now let's see what happens. Who's going to follow the 2 to the joker? Erdman will. Strategy done. 24 will.
Merging,
Joker
2 merging.
1. The 91 strategy is done. Livingood leads at the end of lap 2. Now Mertz has 1 joker. Valley has 1. Erdman and Berg are done, and I believe Wetz is done as well. So this is going to be interesting to see if the delta is going to be held by the 21. He did not joker. Mertz has 1, and I believe, going off of past seasons, Mertz will joker this lap. Erdman back in the 5th spot in car number 1. Valley, Wetz, Mertz. Livingood jokers. Mertz follows him in car number 2. Wetz will not, as I believe his strategy is complete. We'll have to see what the 23 does.
2 merging.
Livingood holds the lead. Wetz is up to 2nd. Mertz is in 3rd, and Erdman
End
in
of 3,
4th.
2 leads. Or 21 leads, sorry.
Into turn 1 once again. Wetz struggling in the 23. I believe he might play a rear gunner this week, as he is off strategy compared to his teammate. And we'll have to see what happens. Erdman's still 4th. The privateer battle is Valley v. Berg, and Valley holds that spot. Livingood slides it out of the water and take him out of the running. This is going to put the position change for the 2 and the 21. But remember, Livingood has another joker. And take him out of it. We can take him out of the race fight. I think it's going to be between the teammates because of that mistake. Livingood exits the joker.
21
back to
merging.
4th.
End of 4, 23 with leads halfway.
Halfway home in Canada. Now it's Wetz v. Mertz. Mertz, a 40.798. His teammate is the fastest man on the circuit, ran a 40.452. Last lap was a 905, but Mertz ran a 798. The teammates are frantically battling between lap times. This is going to get really good. I think Wetz has his joker left.
Stop warning on track limits, 23.
Wetz has a joker left, I believe, coming to 3 to go. And we'll have to see when he takes that joker, but I think he's going to back up the 2 to the 1 and play the rear gunner, or the front gunner really, to Erdman, as he is slower than Mertz.
End of 5, 23.
Let's see if Mertz will try to do anything with it, or if he's going to follow him home. Erdman's closing in on car number 2. 40.575 to a 40.645. Wetz ran a 41.1. He is losing time.
Do you know if he
by the
jokered
bunches.
twice? Because he's fucking slow.
Strategy.
Not sure.
Strategy trying to be claimed over the radio, as Mertz is going to try to go to the inside on Wetz. We're coming to 2 laps to go here in Canada, and Erdman loves seeing his teammate fight with Chris Wetz because he gets closer and closer.
End of 6, 23.
Wetz still leads a 40.990, 41.2 to a 40.5. Erdman is flying in car number 1. Privateer battle still Valley v. Berg. To the sharp end of the field. We're coming to a lap and a half to go, and Wetz has not jokered yet. And this gap has slowly shrank for Cody Erdman to try and take the fight to his teammate. Over the jump, let's see if Wetz will joker now in the 23. He does not! As Mertz looks to the inside, he's going to wait till the final lap as Mertz runs it wide in the 2. Erdman gets close in the 1, and this is going to be good. White flag for Chris Wetz. We know we can take him out of the equation because he has not jokered yet. We can give the battle between the 2 and the 1. As this is excellent strategy play by car number 23, holding up Mertz in the 2, his teammate's there! Will his teammate be able to take the fight to him? No! He swoops to the inside, slams Wetz out of the way,
Major
and
warning,
now
1, check limits.
it's a mano-a-mano battle into the final corner. Erdman will get the 1,
right,
but
they're
can he
well over
take
the net.
anything of it? Over the jump for the final time. From the helicopter, Wetz will joker. Will Erdman do anything to try and take the fight to his teammate? He runs it wide, does Mertz. He goes to the inside of contact! Contact between
Penalty
them!
box 1.
Mertz will get the car refired. Erdman will come home in second. Mertz wins in Canada.
Attaboy!
And
Yeah!
2, 1, 23. 24, 21,
Yeah!
and 91, I guess. Easy 21.
Dylan! Whoa.
As Mertz wins for the third time this season here in Canada, win number 23 for the German, extending his all-time wins list lead in the NASA Rallycross Challenge. What a battle between those teammates. And if they didn't get that car refired in time, boy, Wetz would have spoiled that show. Erdman will hold a 7-point lead, as I believe Livengood was second in points, as he will finish down in the running order. Valley wins Privateers in the 24 over Berg in the 91. Wow, what a race. Now we go to Lakewood, Colorado in 1 week's time at Proving Ground South, and this is going to be a good race. But from everyone here at ASN, we hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Canadian Grand Prix. We hope to see you next week in Lakewood, but until then, so long everyone.